Good afternoon. Appreciate everyone coming. We'll get started here with Coach Moore. Chris, do you want to start?
Coach, what was it like having Biff back here, and is it possible that there might be a place for him back here permanently?
Yeah, it was great having Biff back. Obviously very close with Biff. He worked with me directly when he was here, and excited. We'll work those things out, but definitely a possibility to have him back. Looking forward to it.
Ryan?
What were your biggest takeaways from last year's rivalry games, acting head coach about like the responsibilities of being the guy on the sideline to make all the decisions and having everything kind of fall on your shoulders?
I mean, I think it was a lot of collaborative effort with Jesse and with those guys. I actually had to make decisions throughout the game to whether timeouts, all those things. But really the rivalry piece is the rivalry piece, and it's intense, it's fun, it's what you want to do. So the strategy last year was to call it pretty aggressive, and that's what we did. So we'll continue internally to have those decisions as a group.
How do you think how you handled that responsibility in that game maybe contributed to you getting the full-time job this offseason?
I mean, wasn't trying to become the head coach at Michigan based off that game. I was just trying to help our team win that game and make the best decision for us at that time.
Stay on the left, Isaiah.
The passing game obviously had a really good game this past week, and we've seen it kind of take off a little bit. But what kind of challenges do Ohio State's secondary and obviously the front as well present the offense?
Yeah, they're as good as any defense in the country. I feel complete defense, got great skill, got great talent, do a good job with the scheme, something we're familiar with. We studied, we watched, and they're a really good team. So we have to go execute at a high level to go win.
Stay on the left with John.
What's it like running out on the field when you're playing down there, and how do you prepare your guys to embrace the welcome they're going to get?
Yeah, we'll have those conversations internally as a group, how we'll do that. But obviously crowd noise in practice and doing those things, and I think our guys love those environments. We'll definitely increase the crowd noise, and you put it in the indoor, it gets pretty loud, but we'll definitely have to weather the elements and create some noise and distractions outside too to make sure we understand what the weather's going to be like.
Go over on the right to Larry.
Recruiting is such a big deal, obviously, in this job. Signing day a week away. How important still is high school recruiting, and how do you balance the portal and high school recruits?
It's very important. You want to cut your teeth on the high school players and grooming those, but you've got to supplement and do the things you need to in the portal. So, we're going to focus on both. We have plans for both, and we'll continue to do that. But obviously, we're continuing to try to bring in the best players we can that fit us and fit the systems and fit this culture here.
James?
How would you describe the emotional tax that comes with playing in this rivalry?
I mean, I don't know about an emotional tax. It's fun. It's everything you want to be. When you grow up as a kid, whether you want to be a coach, whether you want to be a player, this is what you want to do. You want to be in these types of games. So it's awesome to be a part of. It's a lot of work. It's something you think about all year, and it's an exciting time for us to be in.
How much of your confidence in this game is derived from trench play? It's been the name of your guys' program for a long time. That's part of the equation that has carried over this year.
Yeah, I think the biggest piece of this game is it's the rushing battle, and I think you've seen that every year. Is the team that wins the rushing battle wins the game. So I know they're going to be focused on the same thing. So that's got to be an emphasis for us to do.
Tony?
Yeah, Sherrone, I think a lot of people kind of forget in 2022, I think you guys were also underdogs and went down there and certainly handled business. I guess while that specifically doesn't matter, how much does that mentality matter going into this type of game?
I mean, I don't think that none of that matters in this game. It doesn't matter the records, doesn't matter anything, the spread, that doesn't matter. It's all about the game. So we got to go execute. We got to go handle what we have to handle to go win.
Behind him, Charles.
Yeah, with the defensive front being kind of the strength of your defense, and then their offensive line being relatively depleted with injuries, you mentioned the running game being an emphasis. How can you win that battle?
Yeah, we got to do our jobs up front. Obviously our guys played really well last game. I thought they played with great technique, great fundamentals, great eyes, discipline. So they've got to do that this game and do it at an even higher level. So they'll be prepared. The guys have been in since the game broke, watching film and doing those things, and as they are every week. So really excited about that matchup.
And what did you see from those guys against Northwestern? It seemed like TJ and Josiah, everybody was getting off on the edge, and then in the middle too, they had a big impact.
Yeah, those guys I mean, they played really well. They played really well together, played as a unit. You saw those guys really come together even more. With 6 sacks in that game, I think TJ had 1, Josiah had 2, KG had 1, Mace. I mean, so like those guys played really well together, and it was good to see.
Going right here, Austin.
Sherrone, any updates on Colston or Will? Do you anticipate having either of them?
Yeah, we'll see. I think Colston's trending in a good direction. We'll get a better feel in the next couple of days, and same thing with Will. So we'll see.
In the back right there, Aaron.
Sure, you've been on both ends of this spectrum, the Ohio State game, wins and losses.
Mhm.
You found a singular message that works for the team going into this week.
I think every team's different. Every team's different. Every message is going to be different. So obviously, you've been on the loss side and been on the wins. And the thing that is similar for the wins is the preparation, and that's really what's going to come down to, and how we prepare mentally and physically and emotionally for the game. Because there's going to be ups and downs, adversity in the game. So we got to prepare for that and make sure we're ready for that as players and coaches.
Is this a week where some of the veterans who have had big moments of games like Donovan, Colston have to talk to the team about it, or I guess what's the feeling?
I mean, I think there'll be times, we always do. We have at some point leaders of the team talk to the team about different things. So those will come up at some point, but that really happens organically.
Angelique.
Sherrone, Lou last week said that he got off the plane. The first thing you said, you started talking about Ohio State and started watching Ohio State. Who indoctrinated you in this rivalry when you got here?
I mean, everybody. When you walk in the building, obviously Jim, being around him, but really just being around and being at Michigan, being here for 7 years, it's something you can't forget. You just see, as soon as you walk in the building, I mean, you see the pictures, you see everything. You understand what the importance of the game and what it means. And as soon as you put on the maize and blue, that's the first thing you hear about is that game. So the fans, the people, coaches here, the coaches of the past, they make sure you understand what it's all about.
If I could have a quick follow-up. Tyler Morris, what have you seen from him? He's sort of been having sneaky good performances.
Yeah, really good. I think career high in targets, 10 and 7 catches. Played really, really well. Really sound. Just keeps doing things really good, and I'm excited for him for this game as well.
In front here, Larry.
Can you describe what kind of opportunity this is for the team to put a stamp on the season and to some extent make the rest of the season forgotten?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're not going to forget about what's happened, but I think we're using as motivation, for this game. And this game means a lot. It's just every year it means that much, and each team could be 0-11 or 11-0, and the records go out the window in this game, and you really just care about winning the game. So that's what our guys are focused on, and doing everything we can to go win.
All the way right here, Joe.
Do you feel like you're playing your best ball right now going into this big game?
Yeah, it feels like it. Got to go prepare though, so you can't rest off the laurels of the last game and be satisfied. You still got to stay hungry, and that's what we got to go do.
Tony.
I don't remember what I was going to ask.
Nice.
I forgot I asked the second one.
James.
Sure. You mentioned preparation. How do you prepare emotionally for a charged environment like this?
Yeah, I think you put them in these environments, whether it's practice and different things, and you try to cause uncomfortability throughout practice, whether it's noise, whether it's movement, whatever you can do to put the guys in a situation. But our guys are excited and ready for it, so it's more of calming them down than bringing them up, because if you can't get hyped for this game, then you probably don't have a pulse, and there's not much you got to say to get them hyped for this one.
We'll come back to Tony. He claims he's got
I'll try this again.
Okay.
Dominic Zavada.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that you need to campaign for him, but it feels like Luke Rosa is in the.
Yeah, I
same
mean,
receiver, right?
he's outstanding. He's been that way since he's gotten here, and I don't know what the other kickers are doing around the country, but I'm not sure it's anywhere close to Dom. So whoever's out there listening, you should give the award to him for sure.
on the left, Ryan.
Do you anticipate Jair Hill starting at corner on Saturday?
We'll see. We'll see what happens in practice. I thought Amir Hall stepped up in a big way this game, but look for Jair to jump back and do the same thing. So we'll see how this week progresses.
And obviously, Jim has a big game tonight, but has he reached out yet this week, or do you have plans?
No, I haven't talked to him in a couple days, and I might send him a text tonight and wish him luck and everything. But game day, I try to let him be. So I know he's pretty locked in.
In the front here, Dennis.
You mentioned prep a lot, preparation this week, and then the rushing attack. What gives you the belief that you can win this game, and do you think your players have that belief that they can win this game as well?
Yeah, I think they do. I think this game it's all bets are off, and the guys are prepared mentally, physically to go attack it. We've had great preparation up to this point, and then we got to get on the field and do it. So I feel like we can, but that's our job to go prepare to do it.
There was a national report about Johnson not playing for Ohio State. Do you dispute that report?
Yeah, I just go by what the doctors say, so I can't confirm or say anything else besides what the doctors tell us.
In the back right, Aaron.
Your defense hasn't given up a touchdown in 6 quarters now. Is there a common thread that you've seen?
Yeah, great team defense, great communication, playing with great fundamentals, eyes, angles, really all the fundamental pillars that we talk about, and you can see it on film constantly, whether it was the last 2 quarters of Indiana or this past game. So just thought they've done a great job. They've played together, and they had a lot of fun doing it.
Back right.
Can you just describe what it's like being in here leading up to the Ohio State game? Obviously the mentality is treat every opponent the same, but there's nothing in here that says, what are you doing to beat Northwestern today?
Mhm.
So just what's different about this week?
I mean, you can feel it. You can feel the energy. It's not something you can really describe. It's just different. It's a different energy. It's a different moment. We all understand what it's about and what it feels like to be in the game. The new guys, even the new guys. Jordan Marshall came up to me and hit me on the butt and said, "Coach, it's that time." And I said, "Yes, it is." So those guys know, and a guy from Ohio, but even the guys from down south, they understand what this game's about. So, obviously we're preparing like we have, and like we did last week, but they all understand the moment.
Angelique. That's how you get made up.
Oh, no.
She's like, "I can make one now."
No, if I can. Yeah. This is Ohio State is a tough place for any quarterback.
Yeah.
How do you feel Davis is prepared for this? And it's been a long time since Michigan had won in the stadium before 2022.
Yeah. It's a hostile environment. It'll be as hostile it's ever been there this weekend. So, but I think our guys embrace it, and we're gonna embrace the noise, embrace the crowd, and go prepare like we can.
What did he do during the bye week? Because it looked like he took a step forward.
I mean, his progression of what he's done, and just his confidence in himself, and other guys playing around him really good too. I think that helps. I think the receivers just stepped up. Protection's been better, and those guys just really done a really good job as a whole unit. So him doing his job and everybody else around him doing their jobs.
Got time for a few more. We'll start with Tony.
You talked about that 2022 game plan that you remember, and or maybe just last year as well, just more aggressive and some deep shots. This year, you talked about how asking Davis not to be Superman, different guys to just sort of do their job. So without giving away, obviously, the game plan, what is that fine line between knowing that there will need to be some of those big plays, but
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you what we're going to do, but I think every year we go in that game and people say we can't throw it, and then all of a sudden there's throws, and it's like, oh, all of a sudden we can throw it or we can't run it. So really all we're going to do is go prepare and not worry about anything else. Put the best game plans we can together and go try to win.
On the left, Ryan.
A lot has been made about how many changes Ohio State has made in the offseason and adding to the roster. And I guess when you turn on the tape, what are maybe some of the differences you see in this year's group compared to last year?
I mean, last year they were really good too. So, I mean, people make all these references of it's different. I mean, last year they had Marvin Harrison. Now they have Jeremiah Smith. The defense is mostly the same guys except for Caleb Downs. So, quarterback's different. He's playing really, really well, really efficient. And then they have another running back in there. But the other guy that they had running back was really good. So they're still a talented team. It's not like they have lost talent or they weren't as talented last year. They have that. They're just playing really good together.
And right here, Austin.
Do you lean on Tony Alford anymore this week, or does he have any insight into the other side of this rivalry this week?
I mean, he's just going to add the value that he's continued to have. Obviously, he knows the building. He's been in there, and obviously we'll have conversations about that. But really, just everybody's going to do their job and the best of their ability to help us win.
Last question, Larry.
You discussed the challenges that they present at wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, as good as a wide receiver crew you'll see in the country, probably. We saw a great one with Texas and Oregon, and this one is probably as good or better. You know, Jeremiah Smith is as advertised. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, can make all the tough catches. So we got to do a great job disrupting him. And then, you know, you got Emeka Mbuka, you got Carnell Tate, you got Brandon Ennis. So they got a lot of threats out there. So we've got to do a good job making it uncomfortable for the quarterback to distribute it to them, and then not getting them, you know, in their comfort level. So they're going to make plays. They always do, and they will. But we got to limit those plays.
All right, thanks everyone.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.